Fetish. What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh, what the fuck? Knock something out. Only grown folks allowed. You know what's going on, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, help us grow. We here. We ain't going nowhere. You're gonna have to watch us. That's just what it is. Anyway, we gonna get to it. You see what it say on the screen. Who like feet? Feet burger or no? I know one thing about fetishes, and one thing about fetishes I do know is it's a lot of people that like toes. And I, myself, that's not my thing. I don't knock nobody whose thing that is. That's just not my thing. I'm just saying, I happen to see this picture on social media, and it struck me a little bit because, granted, if you look at the picture, right, she do happen to have pretty feet. But let me just get this out there before I get all the way into what I'm saying, right? Because any female that deal with me, present, future, especially in the future, I don't care what your foot look like, right? Don't never think it's cool to put it in my hand and think I'm gonna put it in my mouth. That's just not what I'm doing. I'm not never doing that. I love you, limitless, no minutes involved. You can't put a limit on how much I'm gonna love you, but I still ain't putting your foot in my mouth. I'm not putting a stepper in my mouth. I'm not eating a stepper sandwich. I don't know, that's just not my fetish, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own. But once again, if you look at the picture, you see bread, you see lettuce, you see tomatoes, you see manicured toes, white tips, or however it's something they call that, right? It don't matter what they call it, in my opinion. Once again, I ain't knocking nobody that do like putting steppers in their mouth. I'm just never gonna put a stepper in my mouth. But I know people who infatuated with licking feet. So I'm saying I would imagine that anybody that got that type of fetish, right, would actually put a stepper. If you know what I mean when I say stepper, you know exactly what I mean when I say stepper. A foot in a mouth. Would you consider, and this is a serious question, putting her foot inside of some bread with an actual patty and some actual lettuce and some actual tomato? I understand it's a picture for social media, but I'm pretty sure it's somebody in real life that actually tried this. And when you see this video, whenever you see this video, when it ends, later on, tomorrow, whatever, leave it in the comments if somebody ever went that far with your foot, or if you would let somebody go that far with your foot, or if you are the person that would actually do that with the foot. Because this is actual question. I really want to know this, because I know a foot fetish is a real thing. I'm not saying people gonna go this far, But this picture specifically made me tune in to the fact that that particular thing is something so popular that we wouldn't imagine how popular it is, because just because I don't do it don't mean it's not thousands of people outside that'll do it, because it is. You can always think you are the ultimate freak, but it's always somebody out there that will take it to another level that'll make you look at them crazy. And in this instant, I would look at that like it's crazy, because I'm not going to do that. But that don't mean because I'm not going to do it, somebody else won't. I just know I ain't doing it. Now you put some Kuda cat up there. We don't even need no bread, no lettuce, no tomatoes. Just give me what you're giving me, right? But I'm choosing kitty over a foot all day. I would never choose a foot. And I'm a freak. I'm a Scorpio to the heart, right? But I would never choose a foot over some kitty. It just ain't happening for me. And I understand, like I said before, it's a lot of people that have this infatuation, that have this fetish for putting a stepper in their mouth. Now, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going, I don't care how hard you work that day, right? Don't never think it's cool to come home. Like I said, I will massage your foot. I will soak your feet. I will rub them all day. I will love your foot, is what I'm saying. But one thing I'm not going to do is put your foot in my mouth. And I think if I actually dealt with somebody that act like that was a mandatory act I had to, dedicate to, we would have a problem, because I'm not doing that. I'm just not. Shout out to everybody that do. You know what I'm saying? We got some real stone cold freaks out there. I guess I just ain't that type of freak, because I'm never going to put your foot. We walking all day. It don't matter if you got flip flops, high tops, low tops, boots. We walking all day. Even when you get out of the shower, you have to take a shower. You have to step out the shower. You got to step on the little mat you got outside of the shower, so you don't step on the floor, get the floor wet. You get yourself together. You dry off. You lotion up. You get yourself together. I'm still not doing it. I just want to know why that's something that, like, does that I mean, for women, when I say this, is this an act that actually, like, I mean, I'm not going to say entertained, but are you stimulated by that? Because what does that do for you that playing with your nipples won't do for you? Most importantly, what the actual activity gonna do for you? What is watching somebody put their foot in their mouth for you for a period of time? What satisfaction do you really get from that? That's a question I really want to know. I need an answer to that, like, because that's something I'm never gonna do. Now, I know people that have done it can explain why they into it, but I'm not the one. So I need somebody to be specific with me why that's something that they into. Even more, why is it something that a woman requires? Because women into men that like to do that. And I'm not saying they out of place for doing it, but at the end of the day, Is it really that necessary where it's really that popular and it's really that, I mean, it's put out there to a point where women talk about it a lot. Men talk about it a lot. And it's just a foot. We talking about a foot. We ain't talking about nothing else that got something to do with the actual woman's physique. We talking about below the ankle. The actual area where she got to put the foot, the part where she put it in a tennis shoe, a boot, a sandal. And we know when they walk around in sandals, a lot of times, they feet be black. That don't mean they dirty. Sometimes that's just the way the sandal's set up. Because mostly all females go home and wash their feet. Unless you like a Billy. That might be what I battle with the most, is the fact that we walk around all day. Like, even me, it's no reason. Like, I'm never going to, even if I got my feet kicked up all day, I showered 36 times that day, I'm never going to look at my girl and be like, listen, I need you to put my feet down. So respect me when I say, please, pretty please, with a double cherry on the top, to never ask me to be the one to participate in an activity like that, because I'm never going to participate in an activity like that. Shout out to everybody that do participate in an activity like that. I'm just never going to be the one. We all grown. Only grown folks allowed. You allowed to be grown. All I'm saying, I'm speaking for me when I say this. No matter what we doing, no matter how much I love you, never fix yourself to lift your leg, place your ankle, and put your foot in my face, because we gonna have a problem. I'm not the foot fetish king. Like I said, I will rub your feet. I'll massage your feet. I'll soak your feet. I ain't never painted no broad toenails, but if that's what you want that bad, they ain't my toenails, so I ain't got no problem with painting hers. But don't expect me to put your foot in my mouth. That's all I'm saying. Respect that, we'll be fine. Shout out to everybody that do like it. Shout out to the men that's into it, that'll eat a stepper sandwich. I never do it. But to each his own. It's a lot of stuff that I never do, that it's a lot of niggas out there that'll do it. Pick them over me, please. Because I'm never going to eat your foot. Anyway, this live really wasn't going to be that long. I just wanted to get that out there. But tune in. Hit the like button when you see the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm finna show y'all how to turn the channel up, man. We're going to do this together, though, as a community, man. We all grown. So all the grown folks, man, tap in. Make sure I hit the like button and get us out there in the algorithm. And I'll be back at y'all tomorrow. We got a whole bunch of content lined up. I got pre-recorded episodes already lined up that's going to be dropping all over the weekend and during the week. Just stay tuned. Only grown folks allowed. We live. It's love. It's lit.